right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, so we back with another live lesson through the power and spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, we're gonna get started by facing the east. Give our praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
All right, so that be giving praises to the Most High, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, and the Holy Spirit, which is the Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles and the Holy Spirit who taught us His truth. Honor to the brethren that's laboring doing the work to spread the gospel, risking their life and freedom to do so. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, which will be 1/3 of you Israelites. In the scripture, who will be the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, seeking their salvation by returning back to the Most High by hearing and believing on His word. All right, so yeah, hey, see what the scriptures say about it. They talk about what it's leading up to. But you got that first one, second. Oh, matter of fact, I didn't send it to you.
Which one?
Second Ezra 9.
Okay.
My bad, I realized I was
good?
talking about that.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're gonna start off with second Ezra real quick, okay? Because it's a reason that we watch the signs. And what's the signs? We're gonna start at 1. And the signs will be prophecy that's coming to pass. So it's the prophecy, the things that's happening in America and around the world. But let's start with that real quick. Just the first verse for now.
All right, first precept of the day, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, when I have told thee before.
So yeah, we measuring the times diligently. That's why when you look at news articles, like for example, we got one that we about to go into. It said it was 25 earthquakes in California in like less than an hour. Roughly paraphrasing. But why did they count the earthquakes? They measure, that's a measure. Or they say that the mass shooters went up, 12% from the year before. That's a measure. Measuring the times and how frequent these things happen. Because even on the left-hand side, Esau measuring the times too. That's why they got the doomsday clock. And how that works. They take different happiness and different disasters and wars, and they put it in a mathematical equation. And then based on that equation, that determines where they set the doomsday clock. So even Esau know this, he measuring the times diligently too, just as we are. Why? Because his time is short. He the one who he had a race against time. Right? But time is working in our favor. Because this devil ain't got no more time. So yeah, we measuring the time. And Esau do the same thing. That's why they say, like, California ain't got that much rain, and they say like in like 900 years or so. That's a measure. But let's get verse 2. You get one again to go through some more.
2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. He answered me then and said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So, based on measuring the times diligently, we can understand that this is the time that Yahweh Shah about to return. This stuff ain't happening, increasing in frequency just for no reason. Esau ain't keeping track and keeping record of all these things happening for no reason. Even he understand that when these things begin to happen more, hey, Yahweh Shah making his second coming. Let's jump to the book of Habakkuk 2. Let's start from the top.
Habakkuk 2, verse 1. I will sit upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
So we the reason we measure the times just as Esau do, we standing upon our watch. And because even on the left-hand side, they standing on their watch too. That's why America looking out for other countries developing nuclear weapons. That's why they measure the different outbreaks and plagues that's going around the earth. You know, that's why Esau got statistics on all the happenings in the world standing on his watch too. But see, we don't need none of that because, you know, it's all through the spirit with us. You know, we don't need no proof. We don't need to number anything. We just know that the stuff is happening more and more frequently. So Yahweh Shah about to return. So we stand upon our watch daily to see what we gonna say in these lessons and in day-to-day conversation.
I had a precept real quick.
All right, bet.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth his time. He knoweth that he has but a short time.
And yeah, and who's the devil? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It would be the last Gentile kingdom to be in power before Yahweh Shah returns. For the world calls Jebus. And so what? The devil, Esau, Edom, the white man, know he got a short time. Everything falling apart. Nobody trusting the government. Nobody want to fight in his military. They money failing. Nobody want to do business with America. America, Europe. And we ain't talking about us. It's white people that's doing most of the rioting and protesting and uprising against their own government. It's white countries. It's white on white crime right now. That's what Ukraine versus Russia is. So they know their time is short. That's why they standing on their watch, just like the prophets are. And that's why they measure the times diligently, just like the prophets are. You know, we measure the time to stand upon our watch to warn our people, you know, so that we can be exempt from judgment. You know, Esau trying to run from judgment.
Verse 2?
Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah, the book Habakkuk again, chapter 2, verse 2. Plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth.
So yeah, the vision is already written. The prophets wrote it. So what? We narrating the vision. We adding pictures and video clips and news articles to the vision to make it plain upon tables. You know, you can read, but you know, with the ministry is upgraded due to technology. And this is the Lord's technology. So that the vision can be made clear in these last days. So we can pull precepts, then we can pull news articles, pictures, video clips, and pair it with the precepts. So let's go to let's go back to 2nd Ezra. Let's say verse 3. Then we gonna get into the first. Yeah. 9 and 3. And then we go. I'm gonna bring out this first article.
2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, then thou shalt understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that which were before thee, even from the beginning.
So yeah, when you see earthquakes and uproars of the people, and we know that the Most High spoke of these things from the beginning as a warning. And what? You know, I was just thinking about an earthquake and uproars of the people, they one and the same. You know, they just play out in different forms. You know, an earthquake, it's a lot of noise, a lot of shaking, and a lot of confusion, same as when you got uproars of the people. Like somebody in the courtroom upset, and it's an uproar of people, they start jumping and stumping, the floor shaking, it's a bunch of noise. So the people in the uproar, and the earth is in the uproar too. But we're gonna hit this first article. Southern California jolted by 13 earthquakes in 25 minutes. And then you already know earthquake, they flooded out, millions of people ain't got no power. Who knows what conditions they surviving under, but with this massive flooding, just Southern California alone.
You know what I'm saying? They're way more common, way more stronger. You know, a lot of people say, oh, it's always been earthquakes, but not to this magnitude.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They 5.5, 6.6, 7.7. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never been this bad.
No, but they should. Got volcanoes erupting with them. That's tied in with earthquakes. Yeah, so yeah. So that's the reason Esau measured all of this. He's standing on his watch, measuring the times as well. Esau got more sense than a lot of our people.
True. That's why.
That's why that Jake last week, he was like, man, I survived 3 earthquakes.
Yeah.
Well, can you survive 25 earthquakes in 13 minutes?
Right. They get ready, man.
Yeah. So yeah, grab your
Next precept,
You got
Psalms 18:7. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. So yeah, man, the Lord pissed off as well. That's why he's coming back with great wrath, man. You know, especially over there in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You got all these people over, the wicked ass people over there, the blood sacrifices they still be doing. You know, all kinds of shit. So, and they even said California in a few years or so supposed to be like breaking off from America, man.
Man, you heard
like,
it. Gonna break off, become an island. We heard California gonna sink.
All that shit.
I hope
man.
it sink.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's coming back with great wrath and great anger.
Earthquake. This is what this is a build up to. I'm gonna hit let's start at 18. Let's go down to 18 to 21.
All right. Now we have the book of Isaiah, chapter 18.
Chapter 24. We're gonna start at 18. After you get 19, we're gonna stop there for a quick minute.
All right. Isaiah 24, chapter 24, verse 18. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pits shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and
the earth is shaking. Again, this is the build up to the ultimate earthquake. So let's go get 19 as well.
Verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly.
So that's going into the nuclear destruction. The earth is utterly broken down. You know, that's why 2 Peter 3:10 say that the elements will melt with fervent heat and the work should be burnt up. That's the earth being broken down by this heat. And that's going to what? That's going to cleanse the earth. That's why they say it is clean dissolved. But it said the earth is moved exceedingly. So these earthquakes are like birth pains. That's going to get stronger and stronger. For that article?
Yep.
All right, that's a good. We're going to go to the next one. Because what we was reading in 2 Ezra 9:3, it said when you see earthquakes and upwars of people, both of them things is happening simultaneously. You know, wars, rumors of wars. But we're going to get this article real quick. And for the people that didn't know, Joel Osteen, it was a shooting at his church. And look up the video clips on YouTube. He wasn't sad. He wasn't affected. He was smiling, holding back a smirk like he just got paid. You know, because that wasn't nothing but a publicity stunt. You know, like, we could tell he got paid because how he was smirking. He was still giving praise and thanks to the Lord. He was completely unbothered. But yeah, you know, the Lord highlighting these pastors. You had TD Power Bottom Jakes, you know, being brought out a couple weeks ago. Now you got Joel Osteen being brought out. You know, nobody not gonna pay it attention, but his countenance said everything.
He the same one. They found over $600,000 in the walls of his church, man.
Yeah, checks and cash,
all kinds of shit, man. There's nothing but wickedness goes on in them churches.
Yeah, we know. You know, it's supposed to be a tragedy if somebody come to your church shooting.
Right.
But we know he got paid for it. Like, yeah, you can have a shooting in my church. You know what you're gonna pay me. All right, so this is the next article. Active shooter reported at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church in Texas. I think that's somewhere around here. Now let's see if we can get up out of this. The Harris County Sheriff's Office said deputies responded to a possible shooting at the mega church shortly after 2 p.m. Let me grab this point. The 2 p.m. Spanish-speaking service had just begun when chaos erupted. You know, erupted, that's the term they use with volcanoes and earthquakes. So I was saying, like, you know, upwars of the people and earthquakes kind of similar. You know, the earth can erupt or the people can erupt. The whole church started praying and declaring Jesus' name. She said, I was like, this might be the last time I get to pray, to get to glorify the name of Jeebus. So I'm going to do this. One man said he heard 20 to 30 gunshots when he ran out of the mega church. But yeah, you know, and so what it was a woman that went in the church and started shooting. The police officers killed her. Hey, but it was a shooting at his church, and he got paid for it. As a matter of fact, and then some more info came out that her name was Jeffrey, but she was a transgender. So it's like violent trainees out here. You know what I'm saying? And then it said on the gun, it said like pro-Palestine or free Palestine.
Yep.
So what? That goes into Egyptian against Egyptian. You got that one?
Egyptian? No, I got first one. I got is 1 Timothy 6.
Let's grab Isaiah 19:2 real quick.
Isaiah 19:2.
Yeah. So again, there was a trainee, and it had free Palestine on the gun. It's going into the upwards of the people. And because
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you first.
All right. Isaiah chapter 19:2. And I will set the Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom.
So that's talking about Americans to Egypt. That's why the pyramid on the back of the dollar. So what? We seen the beginning signs of Egyptian against Egyptian. What's that? That's the Civil War. You know, with Purge. That's why the upwards of the people is such an important prophecy. Just like the earthquakes, it's like birth pangs, a build up to the nuclear destruction, which is going to generate the ultimate earthquake. Or these upwards of the people are also like birth pangs that's going to lead to civil wars in America. And then America is highly segregated and divided. That's why they put that information out there, that it was a transgender. You know, because you got straight versus gays, then you got women versus trainees against trainees, and then it said free Palestine on the firearm she had. And Esau, for each classification of people, Esau got a name for it. You know, like the KKK, then you got the left wing, you got the liberals, you got some called Trump supporters. Now you got a group of people called pro-Palestinians. And then they labeled us something as well. But that's all something to classify the people with these different names. You know, to further segregate and divide the people. You know, leading to civil wars in America. You know, they could have left all that information out. That she was a trainee, that the firearm had free Palestine.
Right.
You saw trying to rouse up these different spirits. They trying to get the trainees upset because what? Anytime a black man gets shot, so-called black man, you got the what's that movement called? The Black Lives Matter people.
Yeah,
so what? A trainee just got shot by the police. Don't be surprised if you start seeing protests about trainee lives matter. You know, police violence against trainees. And then somebody might say, oh, she was pro-Palestinian, Palestinian lives matter. Esau trying to rouse up these spirits. That's why he threw that information out there.
I want to grab some real quick.
Okay, real quick. No, you good. Let's jump to
Yep.
I didn't write it down. Let's jump to 2nd Ezra 15.
What verse?
I think it might be about 14.
Woe to the world of them that dwell therein.
Yeah,
For the sword and the destruction. All right.
Yeah.
2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
So yeah, that's the point. You know, we just guys, 19 and 2. The Lord gonna say Egyptian against Egyptian. They're gonna fight every man against his brother, his neighbor, city against city. What are they fighting with? This ain't no fist fight. So they gonna fight with swords in their hands. What's the amount of their sword? The AR-15, the Draco, the 9mm, and that's what she was caught with, or whatever it was. That yeah. But that's what the American people gonna be out here with. And what proves that the sword is talking about firearms since the pandemic, the American people been like hella buying up all kind of firearms, ammunition. I remember during the pandemic, I even bought some ammunition. They had to put a restriction on how many boxes you could buy. I think it was like you could buy five boxes per different kind of ammunition.
Yeah.
I remember at one point the gun stores was sold out on their guns. I remember we brought out an article some weeks or some months ago, but it said the Jewish people were starting to buy up a lot of guns. You know, when you had all these Islamic leaders, you know, talking about kill the Jews and, you know, making them feel unsafe, you had a bunch of them buying up ammunition and ammo. So yeah, it's gonna be a civil war. Civil war is here in America. Yeah, let's bring yours out. I think yours might be going on the false pastors and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then the fact that it happened at Joel Osteen Church ain't no coincidence. Ain't no coincidence that in the past couple years they found him money laundering, keeping checks, money in the walls, and then now you got this publicity stunt of shooting at his church. Publicity stunt is something you do in the media to get attention or to get your name back relevant. And these people with these publicity stunts usually get paid off. So no coincidence that they found money in the basement walls. Now there's a shooting at his church and he's smiling and smirking the whole time. He got paid for it. And why did this whole shooting need to happen for Esau to rouse up these different spirits? Judah already roused up. You know, Esau already roused up. But, you know, what you would consider minorities, the Palestinian people and the trannies, hey, Esau got to get them roused up too.
Going into how you say you found money in the churches, how it's a publicity stuff for money and shit. I got a precept, 1 Timothy 6, 10 and 11. It says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, while some have coveted after they have erred from the faith. And that's the point, man. They erred from the faith and they chose money as their God. You know what I'm saying? They preaching the wrong doctrine. What they signed, the CO1? 501(c)(3) charter. You know what I'm saying? They gave up the Lord and everything else what they really supposed to be teaching just for the love of money, man. So they completely going off. Who the hell would cause a publicity stunt at their church just for some money?
Oh yeah.
He's sitting up there smiling and happy and shit, man. And that's Esau for you, man. The ultimate deceiver, the ultimate deceitful, cunning, lying motherfucker, man. What else? And have faith to present yourselves many sorrows. But thou, God, fleeing these things, the Father of righteousness, godliness, faith, and patience, and meekness. Yeah, man. So these dudes don't have none of those things. They are evil, full of wickedness, and for the love of money. So at the end of the day, hey, whatever the Lord do to them, that's what they're going to get. Whatever they get, that's what they're going to deserve.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. I'm going to grab this book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. So, yeah. Esau make money behind these crises and disasters. And it's a saying amongst Edomites that we got wind of: never let a good disaster go to waste. Similar, something like that. But yeah, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Verse 11: though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And what did Joel Osteen do? He was humbling himself. You know, talking a good game, like he upset and feel for the people. He go crouching. That's him trying to come to your level and mourn with you. It said, take heed and beware of him. And as we finish up that verse, thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. So what? You got to look through this devil. What's a looking glass? That's a window. If a window is foggy, you know, you can't see through it. But the point of a window is to see through it. That's how you got to look at these devils. You know, wipe away their countenance and the words they speak on the surface and look through these devils. And after adversity come up, verse 17. Matter of fact, let's say 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So him and all these other Edomites, they speak sweetly with their lips, but anytime something go down, they getting paid for it. He will weep with his eyes. So yeah, he gonna cry with you. You know, he gonna bow down his head and pray with you. He gonna have a group hug with the people. I have a candle lighting event. He gonna be out there with you. So again, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So yeah, even when somebody lose their life, he's not satisfied with that. You gotta capitalize off of that and get paid off of it. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. But he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. He will shake his head. He will clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. And so that's what these Edomites be doing.
Putting on a whole show.
Yeah, shaking his head, clapping his hands, whispering, crying. And but you should know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. His rust is a metaphor for his wickedness. Iron is going to rust. Esau's wickedness is going to show like that rust on the iron. And it get worse and worse. So you got some more for the article?
Yeah. Next precept I got is Jeremiah. Wait, is this the right one? Nope, wrong one. It's lucky. It's Ezekiel 13:7. Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 7. It says, Have ye seen a vain vision, and ye have not spoken a lying divination, whereas ye say, the Adonai Yahweh saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus saith the Lord Adonai Yahweh, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, saith the Adonai Yahweh.
Yeah, so the Lord against them that speak lies. Then I'm gonna go here real quick. I think it's Psalms 50.
Yep. Verse you read.
I might have to search it over. Okay, get 50 and 16.
Okay. 50 and 16.
Yeah.
All right. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
The Lord is sending to the wicked, to Esau, Edom, the white man, and the 2/3 of our people that's joining to these devils. What are you doing with the Bible? What are you doing with the word? What are you doing, speaking my words out of your mouth? Let's hit the next one.
What was it again?
I'm sorry. Psalms 50, I'm going to hit 17. So yeah, the Lord's asking, what are you doing with my words in your mouth?
Seeing thou hast hated instruction and castest my words behind thee.
And that's ultimately Esau. He hated instruction. And what's the instruction? That's the commandments. That's why Esau purposely encourage and promote you going against the commandments, such as transgenders, such as bacon eaters. Seeing that he casts the words of the Most High behind them, meaning what? He don't regard the laws in the Bible. He's trying to work against prophecy. So what are you doing with the Bible? Seeing that you're the wicked, and you speaking lies of vanity to the people, showing that this nuclear destruction is close. That means Yahweh Shah is even closer. As our scripture says, it's a high time to awake out of sleep, so that you can what? Measure the times diligently. You can't count or measure or watch nothing if you asleep. And then that's the 2/3 of our people. Hey, we're gonna get to the last two articles, then we're gonna close out. Let's grab Let's grab Jeremiah 28 in Hebrew.
You know, you have the book of Jeremiah 28 and 8. And it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
So the prophets before us, they what? Prophesied of war, evil, and pestilence. So what? We still prophesying the same thing. Joe Osteen, Sholane, and these other Christian pastors. And that's what? That's blowing the trumpet to warn our people. I think the Lord said in the book of Job, blow the trumpet in Mount Zion. That's what we doing. So what? We blowing the same trumpet, the same song. You know, this ain't a new sound. This is a sound that went out in the earth, you know, many generations ago. Well, the Lord what? He took this sound of this song and he made it new for this generation. Yeah, so yeah, you know, a war, evil, and pestilence, you know, we mentioned wars. We didn't bring out no articles, but we mentioned, you know, a nuclear war is coming. Earth and the upwards of the people going to lead to civil wars in America. But, you know, war, evil, and pestilence. And we've been talking about pestilence the last couple of weeks. You know, they don't get enough recognition and prophecy. All right, but we're going to bring out some more pestilence today. And this is the one that my cousin sent. Yeah. I'm kind of just skimmed through it.
Yeah.
It says health officials confirmed first case of bubonic plague in the U.S. since 2015. And the books against us in the dark ages to take us out of power. You know, when we started meddling with Esau, putting these devils out the caves, the Black Plague came upon us, which is the worst plague in human history. They say that killed between 70 to over 100 million of our people. And because our numbers got so low, that's how Esau was over to overpower us and come into power. You know, take control of Europe, and then from there, came to the Americas. But let's read some of this. An Oregon resident has been infected with the case of the bubonic plague. Since 2015, the first case of the bubonic plague has been found in an Oregon resident. And another name for the bubonic plague is the Black Death. And that shows you that it was sent amongst our people. Officials say it's little to no risk to the community since the case was identified and treated in early stages. But let's get this. The bubonic plague or the Black Death, humans can be infected through bites or contact with infected fleas, or animals. Officials warn that the most common animals to carry the bubonic plague are squirrels and chipmunks, mice, and other rodents. So the Eve that ate the mice, she might have probably the one got it. Yeah, I think
Her neck was red and swollen like a mug.
Yep, red, swollen. She said fever and but yeah, you know, nausea, weakness, chills, muscle aches, fever, bloodstream infection, and a lung infection. Let's grab that first one. You got that. Let's grab that Deuteronomy 28. But we might go up one. Let me get that real quick. Let's get that 58. Let's get through 61.
Deuteronomy 28, 58 through 61. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of the law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, the Adonai Yahweh thy God, then the Adonai Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long countenance, and sore sickness, and long countenance.
So yeah, and the Lord's going to bring these plagues on our feet. The many plagues was the bubonic plague or the Black Death. What we see is resurfacing.
Yeah.
But let's see why.
60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they cleave unto thee.
So the Lord said he even going to bring back the diseases and the plagues of Egypt. That was many thousands of years ago. So yeah, no wonder we seen the bubonic plague brought up. That was only, just less than 1,000 years ago. So the more recent plagues and diseases versus the ancient plagues and diseases, they all gonna be brought back.
61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
So even the plagues of Egypt and the plagues that's not written in this book, the Lord said He's gonna bring upon our people. And this is going into the curses of this world. This been happening. But guess what? This that time of trouble such as never was. Time of Jacob's trouble. So like we were saying yesterday, hey, this stuff about to greatly intensify and wipe out a good portion of the earth's population. So now, the Lord said He's gonna bring back the plagues of Egypt and bring stuff that's not written in this book. Let's actually look back at the plagues of Egypt. Matter of fact, before we look at that, let's we're gonna hit this other article real quick.
Oh, that other sickness too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Lord's gonna bring back the plagues of Egypt, as well as those that are not written in this book. It dies from mysterious Alaska pox. Disease becoming first ever big victim of rare illness. So you're gonna hear that a lot. The first ever victim. Something being the first of its kind. In these last days. How y'all doing?
They probably just got here too.
Yeah, they probably just got here too. They said no habla inglés. All right, let's grab this. Again, this is the Alaska pox. A virus first discovered in 2015. What he meant to say, a virus that was created in 2015, not discovered, has just claimed its first victim near Alaska. An identified immunocompromised man died from Alaska pox in late January. It says it's unclear how he contracted the virus. Alaska pox, from the same genus as smallpox and monkeypox, was first discovered in 2015 in small mammals. Same as the bubonic plague, they say little rodents and stuff carry it. All right, in September, the man noticed a tender red bump in his right armpit and was prescribed antibiotics. So remember that, a red bump under his armpit, or in other words, a boil. And we're gonna show that in the Blue Letter Bible. He then kept experiencing fatigue and pain in his armpit and shoulder and was finally hospitalized. And then there he complained of neuropathic type burning pain. So remember that, a red blister bump. Then remember this neuropathic type burning pain. So remember that word burning. That's gonna come up in the scripture too. He then died from malnutrition and kidney and respiratory failure. Respiratory goes into your lungs and your flow of blood.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing? How you
Y'all
doing? So we're going into Bible prophecy. So pretty much be the Lord's people. How the Lord destroyed Egypt to free his people, the Lord is going to destroy America to free us of this captivity and take us back to the promised land. So pretty much when it's all said and done, America is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles.
Yeah.
Christian Church speak about a place underground called hell. That's made up. The lake of fire is America.
Oh wow.
So yeah, and how America becomes the lake of fire. 2 Peter 3:10, it says the elements gonna melt with fervent heat.
That's word.
When you go to Psalms 58:7, it says, let them melt as waters. When he bend the bow to shoot his arrow, so these arrows, which is a metaphor for the nuclear missiles, is going to melt this place. Because when you think about a missile, it's pretty much a bow and arrow. And I got a little visual right here. You know, this is a missile, and this is a bow and arrow. So again, Psalms 58:7, let them melt away as waters. When he bend the bow to shoot his arrows, when these missiles gonna melt America. And then before that, they gonna come out with the mark of the beast.
Oh.
And you know, so you know it's the microchip then. So the dollar gonna collapse. It's gonna be no more paper money.
Yup.
So we're not gonna be able to buy food, water, pay bills,
Right.
medical supplies, and this gonna be your digital wallet and your digital ID. Because they always speaking about identity theft, hackers. That they pushed all of that to make people more willing to get this mark of the beast. And you know this dude Elon Musk.
Yep.
So-
I do.
He just tested his first patient with the brain chip.
Yeah, I think he's the devil.
Oh, and actually too,
He's
that's
so evil.
and it's not just him. You know, all white.
I know who you finna show.
Really, just a white man in general.
Yeah.
You got 5 minutes.
I mean, I'm doing something, but I had to see what y'all was up to.
You got YouTube on your phone.
I do.
We're gonna give you our channels, and then you know maybe you could just listen when you got free time.
I know y'all already telling the truth.
So-
I know about this stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so in the book, we all asked where white people come from. Remember this, Genesis 25:25. It says, and the first came out red all over, and they called his name Esau, because white people ain't really white. They a shade of red. That's why they call themselves rednecks. They know they red, and the Bible describes them as red when Esau was born. Then it goes on to tell you that Esau was a cunning hunter. You know,
So what that mean when you say a shade of red?
So-
people
so-
think white people ain't real. They not really white. They not really orange. I don't know. It's kind of messing with my head a little.
So-
I
so-
think they too much.
so they not white. When we say a shade of red, they pink in appearance, which pink is a pale form of red. So that's why I got a red baby right here. And the red man, the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and 4, it tells you that Edom, that they the border of wickedness. So when you see that term wicked in the Bible, it ain't just anybody who you want to apply it to. The wicked would be the house of Edom.
So it's white people wicked.
Yeah, they the wicked.
absolutely.
If you had more time, we would break it down with the scriptures, but the Bible calls them the wicked. And in Malachi 4:1, it speaks about the wicked and those who do wickedly. Our people do wickedly, but they're not the wicked. Kind of like if you got a good child and a bad child. A good child might do something bad, but he's not a bad child. And you know, that would be us. We would be the holy people that do bad things, but we're not wicked. But they are the wicked. So no matter how much good they do on the earth, we was just going into that they the wicked. No matter how much good they do.
I have heard that. So many times I'm like, God help me. So do you guys belong? What church do you guys belong to?
So
Y'all don't belong to no church.
No.
now so we don't deal with the church because a lot of this stuff the church not gonna teach. Like for example, the reason
They not already know.
so this is the Lord's people, the African Americans, Native Americans, and the Latin Americans. We all got a similar history of being oppressed by the wicked.
Would y'all by any chance be Israelites?
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are too. So when people say, "Are we Israelites?" They
Man,
think.
look, I'm gonna put it this way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm a child of the King of Kings. I'm a child of God.
So-
I have accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I love the Lord. I follow Jesus. But the thing that you're saying makes sense. I get it. I do. So what you're saying, you haven't said anything wrong yet. The only thing get me, is from what I read in the Bible, was that he had no respect for persons. So that means
That's what it means.
He didn't pick no white. He didn't pick no black. I'm stuck on that. I'm sorry.
So
I cannot like the white people because they on this earth but us.
So
Y'all don't like white people. I know the Israelites don't.
the Bible don't. King David said,
I haven't read in the Bible where it say they didn't like white people.
I can show you. We gonna go there real quick.
You got a script?
Yep.
I
So
got my Bible. Y'all see how y'all do You can see.
so we gonna go to.
In this Bible.
Can you go to Psalms? I think it's Psalms 137.
Yeah.
So this is Romans.
Tell me I ain't been busy.
So this is Romans 9 and 13. It says, as it is written.
What Bible you reading from?
King James. So
Okay, keep going. This is what I
okay. So Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's right.
That's some people right there. So
How y'all know Esau was the white people?
because
I need to know.
so
How
we
y'all know he white?
so we just go to the scriptures only because
Scripture is the best way to go, I tell you.
so when we go to Genesis 25 and 25. All right, we got so Isaac and Rebekah, they were older, they didn't have children, they prayed to the Lord. The Lord allowed Rebekah to get pregnant. So this is that backstory, this is starting at verse 22. And the children struggled together within her. So children, she was pregnant with more than one child, she had twins. She said, if it be so, why am I dust? She went to inquire of the Lord. So she was asking the Lord, if you bless me with this pregnancy, why am I having such a rough time? Verse 23, the Lord has said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So these 2 children will lead to 2 different nations, 2 different types of people, 2 different races of people. And it says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. We know we totally different from them as a people. They power hungry, greedy, they kill up everything. And we usually more family oriented. We do a lot of bad stuff because we oppressed. But this
We
oppressed. So again, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 manners of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and 1 people shall be stronger than the other. We know that we the stronger how we dominate sports. And it says, and the other 1 people shall serve the other shall serve the younger. So to we get to the point, and her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. So when the Lord says it's gonna be 2 manner of people separated, 2 nations, sometimes you see twins be opposite. So that's what we about to see here. Verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And it says, after that came out his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. They didn't describe how Jacob looked, because Jacob looked like everybody else. Dark brown skin, a smooth baby. But it described how Esau looked because he looked different. Because in the book of Genesis, when the Lord created people on the earth, there were no white people. But the reason it said Esau came out red all over is like, yo, this ain't normal.
So he said Esau, he ate.
Jacob have you loved,
Jacob loved.
and Esau have I hated. So when we say children of Israel,
How we know what color Jacob was?
because Jacob looked like everybody else. So in Genesis, when it says that the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground, what color is the dirt? Different shades of brown and dark brown.
The digger you deep, the darker it is.
Yup.
So what make y'all think that we black people the only one don't make it in the white folks?
Oh, it said making it to the kingdom?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, so the kingdom of heaven is only for his people, Israel. Like when he said, are we Israelites? A lot of people think it's a group. It's not a group, it's a bloodline. So people could say I'm not an Israelite, but if your forefathers come from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're an Israelite. And the Bible said that we would discontinue from our heritage. So the kingdom of heaven is only for Israelites. So everybody else would be in our kingdom as servants and slaves. So just the Bible say in Revelation 13:10, he who leads into captivity shall go into captivity. So they led us captive. So they're gonna go captive in our kingdom. And that's not just white people, that's Africans. Because all black people are not the same. Different Africans, Chinese, Japanese, East Indian, East Arab. But we gonna continue with Esau. He said, how we know Esau white? Well, first, he's the red man. That's why they call themselves rednecks. What color is Santa Claus cheeks? They're usually rosy red.
Y'all don't believe in no Santa Claus.
Hell no.
No, but you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if they supposedly be red cheek, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but to show that they made him red because they're the red people. Now we're gonna continue reading down here in verse 27, I believe. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. What people like to hunt for sport? White people do. You know, they not hunting for food or survival. They got a saying, the thrill of the kill. You know, hunting is just a sport or a game to them. So it said Esau was a cunning hunter. When you go to their house, they got bearskin rugs, they got deer antlers, deer skulls on their fireplace.
They take off a whole week of work just to go there.
So yeah, if we gonna get into that, we from Michigan, and we got hunting season. And when hunting season start, ain't none of the white boys in school. And two, how they hunt these animals, they hunt us in the city streets. And they do that by their police force. So it said Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. A man of the field, that's why you got something called a crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
You know, they out in nature trying to conquer nature. They gotta go to the depths of the ocean floor and die in the submarine. They gotta climb the tallest mountain. You got storm chasers. They gotta chase a tornado.
Okay.
They got whitewater rafting. They gotta conquer the sea.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
You say on Earth, like this Earth, you say people think hell is another place, but here on Earth is here, right? It's going to be burnt up. It's going to be. So if this is hell we're living on already, then where's heaven?
So heaven and hell is played out here on earth. So hell and heaven are only conditions. So when people say I'm going through hell, we literally going through hell. Can you get Revelation 20:14 real quick?
Yeah.
We're going to show that hell and the lake of fire are two different things.
Oh yeah, hell and lake of fire are two different things. But I was saying, you saying this? I know this place is going to be destroyed.
So
if this is hell we're living on, where is heaven?
so this
Is
is our
heaven too?
this is our hell, but it's their heaven. But the Lord said the first gonna be last and the last gonna be first.
Wait a minute, you said who's heaven?
Esau's
the
heaven.
so-called white man.
The white man. Esau, this is his heaven. Heaven is only a rulership, it's a kingdom. When it says the kingdom of heaven, this is their kingdom. But
Stop.
the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established on earth. The Lord is not gonna take people to the spirit world where he's at. We gonna show the kingdom of heaven gonna be on earth. Can you go to Revelation? I think it's 21.
It's 21. I thought you said 20 and 14.
She said she know the lake of fire and hell not the same.
Oh yeah.
Let's start from the top. Let's get 1 and 2.
Revelation 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea.
So the first heaven and the first earth passed away. So what the nuclear missile's gonna do is gonna melt everything to cleanse the earth. Just like the Lord flooded it with Noah, he flooded it to clean it. So for example, if you got like a grill, you might spray it down with the water hose to clean it.
Right.
If that don't work, you gotta burn it up. So that's what the Lord gonna do with these nuclear missiles. But it said it was a new heaven and a new earth. If you go to verse 2, it reads, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven.
Yeah.
So New Jerusalem, this is really a metaphor for the people, but New Jerusalem is going to be established on earth. Yep. So yeah, kingdom of heaven going to be here in the earth. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be our kingdom. How they got their own laws, our laws are going to be the laws and commandments of the Bible.
So we on the same page about there is a real God.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
then you believe that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yep. So
Okay.
so
Is that,
so
Just
we
not
use
that. Just not that name.
so we use the Hebrew name. So
what do you mean? What name?
So-
you don't use the word God or
so God is just a title. So yep. So like how you might got a king or a governor, that's just a title. So the true name of the Heavenly Father would be Yahweh. The name of his son would be Yahweh Shai. And the scriptures tell us that their names will be similar. We're gonna show you that real quick. Can you get Proverbs 30 and 4? We're gonna show you that the names should be similar.
are y'all brothers? Or
Cousins.
just close friends? Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. We gonna show that the names are similar though.
Y'all live here in
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Proverbs 30 and 4.
Two more scriptures.
Yeah, I'm
Ma-
trying to feed the homeless. I don't want their food to get cold.
Oh, okay,
Now I
okay.
got some warm food.
Just hear these 2 scriptures real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, you got a phone so you can take a picture of this? Okay, gonna let you get a picture. But yeah, so you feed them every Monday?
I just come down with
We out here next Monday around 3 o'clock, 3:30. So if you're able to come over, we go, even, look, even the Holy Angels.
It's like Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, right. And these are real meanings from back in the day. David, Moses, even the Holy Angels. Angels had Afro and curls. Mary looked more like you.
What else did there?
Yeah, we see.
Oh, identity theft. Oh my gracious. Y'all, this is a lot.
See,
This is where you really got to sit down and take time, but y'all don't.
So-
I've been here for at least 10, 15 minutes, I know.
Oh yeah, yeah. Identity theft. You know, identity theft is a serious crime. So how much more of a serious crime is it when you take the identity of the Lord's people and put your image to be the face of God? Let's get these last
So
precepts
y'all
real
here
quick.
on what day?
Mondays between 3 and 3:30. We're gonna arrive every Monday.
Between 3 and 3:30 on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Only Mondays.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, 3 minutes.
Here these two,
We're gonna
here
show
these
you
two.
these real quick.
These about the names of the Lord. Proverbs 30 and 4. Who have ascended into the heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in the garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell?
It said, what is his name and what is his son's name if you think you know? Because if you ask everybody, do they know the name of God and his son? Everybody gonna say, yeah. But this is a suggestion that they really don't. But also it said, what is his name and what is his son's name? They worded it like that because if you could say his name, the name of the father, you can just about say the name of the son. So what is his name? Yahweh. What is the son's name? Yahweh Shai. Now we gonna narrow it down. Let's get Exodus 23 and 21.
21 or 20?
Yeah, we started
Started
at 20.
All right. Exodus 23 and 20. Behold, I sent the angel before.
It's a habit.
You have heard this stuff. It's a lot on your mind.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I've been calling the name of Jesus, I have to God.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's where I'm at my head is.
It's a lot at once.
It's a lot.
Just pray to it and ask the Lord to, to work with your mind, show you the truth. We already showed with the scriptures that the name should be similar. We're just gonna get more on this name, Jesus. Because the 1611 King James Bible, which was the first King James Bible,
Yahweh is.
That's the name Jesus was created like in the 1600s. That's where you get the Greek god Zeus. So Jesus is just a play on Zeus.
Well, I'm glad I stopped by. Thank you, guys.
I'm glad you did too. I really look forward to seeing you Mondays 3. If we're not out here at 3, we'll be out here by 3:30. So in that window.
I'll see you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care. God bless you.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Thank you so much. I need to check the comment.
It's all good. It's like a lot.
Hey, that's the spirit.
We already up.
Hey, that's the spirit. You put that too. Oh shoot, hold on.
It's a lot.
So I'm gonna look on the phone. Let me see.
Couple of them.
Let me
King
see.
777.
King Servant Yahweh Shah 777. Hey, Shalom to the brother Thahawam Lab. Shalom to the brother Enos. Shalom to daughter of Yahweh. Shalom to the sister Saraya. Shalom to the brother Kalab, the brother Yahweh, the brother Mayaka Allah, and the elder Sagalah.
Shalom, Yabashia Shabarakatah.
God bless you, Yahweh Barakatah, y'all.
We already got.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I got that Sagalah. Bet.
What you say?
You sent the word for angel, Exodus 23:20. Goes back to Malak. As you know, Lord of Lord, King of Kings.
Yeah.
So let's So yeah, we was gonna pull up that next article.
Okay.
I think I did. Did I put up?
We put up both of them.
So we put up both.
The Black Plague and the Alaskan.
The Alaska pox.
Yep.
So they said that he had a bump under his armpit. That he had this neuropathic burning sensation in his shoulder. So let's see how that lines up with the curses in Deuteronomy. You know, because all these plagues and this pestilence gonna come back. Let's jump to Deuteronomy 28. Let's get 21.
All right. Deuteronomy 28 and 21. Deuteronomy 28 21, it says, the hard one shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he have consumed thee off the land whether thou goest to possess it. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the Lord will make the pestilence cleave to us. Then we got previously, around Deuteronomy 28, 58, 59, he going to bring and every plague that's not written in the book. So that includes everything else that we going to experience or see.
Verse 22. The Lord, the one shall smite thee with the consumption and with the fever and with the inflammation and with the extreme burning and with the sword and with blasting and with
disease. A wasting plague that they spotted in Oregon just recently. They said if it go unchecked, it would lead to a blood infection and it would lead to a lung infection. They call it the pneumonic infection. You know, and then we know also too that the COV and different forms of the SARS virus, it affects the lungs. So this consumption goes into various lung disease and illnesses. So the Lord said he'll strike us with consumption, and it says with a fever. Most diseases and viruses, one of the many symptoms is a fever. That's the body's response, immune system taking action. And it says with inflammation, one of those, and it says,
back of her car.
what did it say?
John 3:16.
Oh, that's the spirit. All right, so yeah, inflammation, it says a burning fever or inflammation, which most disease and illnesses, especially in this generation, it started by inflammation in your cells. That's what initiates an immune response. But it says the Lord will strike us with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, and with extreme burning. So the dude who had the Alaska pox, when he had the red bump under his underarm pit. And then he went to the hospital. He said he felt a burning sensation in his shoulder region. So yeah, that's that extreme. Go into a fever. That's that blight and mildew.
Was Leviticus 26:14. And it said, but if you will not hearken to me, and when I do all these commandments, ye shall despise my statutes.
Real quick, we're gonna get the comment under his armpit. Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt. It shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beast throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 10, and they took the ashes of the furnace, stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking with blains upon man and beast. Now in the Blue Letter Bible, we're going to get this word boil. Boil, it says, a boil, an inflamed spot, which could be a bump, inflammation, eruption. Now we're going to get this word blains. It reads blisters or boils going into a bump. You know, that swells up. And the Alaska Pox dude, that's what he had under his armpit was a boil. You know, bringing back the plagues of Egypt. And the Alaska Pox, everything that's not written in the book.
I read a precept of Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So just how the Lord, you know, before he came back to save his people out of Egypt, he was plaguing that place with pestilence and all the disease. He's doing the same thing here, man. You know, the Lord is on his way back. All these brand new diseases, all these earthquakes and famines coming out of nowhere just regularly now. You know, the Lord, his return is closer than we think, man.
Right, like we saying, like the earthquakes. You know, Esau measuring the times diligently too.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do on stay clock. The different earthquakes, they put that in their calculations. Upwars of the people, wars and rumors of the wars. They put that in their calculations. Even the different outbreaks of the plagues and diseases, they put that into their calculations for the doomsday clock, showing you what? That the Lord is about to visit the earth that he made.
Yep.
And these are all birth pains. You know, the earthquakes is a birth pain to that ultimate earthquake, the nuclear destruction. That's gonna cause the earth to reel to and fro like a drunkard. Upwards of the people, that's birth pains for civil wars and purges in America. The different outbreaks of these diseases and ancient diseases coming back, hitting the people. Those are birth pains to probably the disease X that they say gonna be 20 times more deadlier than the COV. So this is all the buildup. So yeah, we measure this stuff to stand upon our watch, but Esau doing it on the left-hand side too. So we got all that. We gonna hit the hit the comment board real quick. Let's hit from the brother King Servant Yahweh Shah.
Yep.
Let's hit Mark 13, 28 and 29. And again, the water. Everybody that's tuning in, saluting us and posting precepts. How about you, Master Rocking down to y'all? And to the other, hopefully elect.
Mark 13:28. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branches is yet tender and putteth forth leaf, you know that summer is near. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is near, even at the doors.
So we really at the door of the kingdom. Why? Because all this stuff is coming to pass. Because what? The place where the evil is sown got to pass away before that which is sown is good come. So this place passing away is because we're approaching the door of the kingdom of heaven. And Lord willing, begin to make it through these trials and tribulations to make it into the kingdom. Let's grab this. Let's get verse 30 as well. I didn't even see that.
Mark 13. 30. Mark 13 and 30 now. And it says, Verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass to these things, these shalakis, until all these things be done.
And that generation is back well and mourn at his return. And then that what? Once we will begin to see these things happening, that lifetime, that generation that see these things happening, that generation is going to see the return of Yahushua. So we've been seeing this stuff happening, you know, more and more gradually, you know, going back to the 90s. So this is a generation that's going to see the Lord's return.
What's the next one?
This one, Elder Sakalat. Let's grab that at 2nd Maccabees. And let's say 19 and 20.
What chapter?
Oh, chapter 5 and 19. We're going to get 19 and 20.
All right. 2nd Maccabees chapter 5, 19 and 20. Nevertheless, Yahweh did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. And therefore the place itself that was partaken with them of the adversity that happened to the nation did afterward communicate in the benefit sent from the Lord, and as it was forsaken in the wrath of the Almighty. So again, the great Lord being reconciled. I said that right?
Yup, reconciled.
Reconciled. It was set up with all glory.
So yeah, you know, again, this is showing you that Israel is a people before it's a place. You can take the people out of Israel, but you can't take the Israel out the people. So, you know, that was the land flowing with milk and honey. You know, the richest piece of land in the earth. So Lord wouldn't be able to put words to it. And therefore the place itself that was partaker with them of the adversity that happened to the nation. So what? The land of Israel been taking part in the adversity just as we've been taking part in the adversity. So what? The land of Israel, that what? We're going to be reconciled together and be set up in glory. Because you know, Israel was destroyed by the Babylonians. It was destroyed by the Greeks and the Romans. Now you got trainees having pride parades all throughout the land.
Israel.
Yup. And now Israel get bombed to death right now. So the land of Israel and the people of Israel is being trodden down to the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Yep, so yeah, but he's going to reconcile on the highways and hedges.
Who said that?
That's what Zachariah had said.
Wow.
And that's the importance about
Coming out here.
yeah, coming out. Because people need to hear the word.
Rain, cold, heat. Any days we've been up there.
Oh, straight up.
2 weeks in the rain yesterday, prophesied to
Last weekend?
in a row.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row with that.
Let's hit this second Ezra, chapter 6, 27 and 28. Oh, that's the spirit, because we were just talking about that.
Evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, as shall overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
That truth is being declared right now.
God.
The Lord said, Habakkuk 2 and 14, roughly paraphrasing, the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. That's the truth flourishing. So it says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. That word evil and that word deceit lines up with a nation of people. In other words, Esau is being overcome.
God.
And that's why I say corruption shall be overcome. Because the evil, the deceit, the corruption, it comes from a people. You say you should know a tree by its fruit. Well, this evil fruit comes from a corrupt tree. That's Esau.
Wow.
Yeah, that's facing east. Glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
All right, Lord willing. Next time, Shalom.
Shalom. Enos, we missed Enos. He had posted something too.
Let's grab it real quick.
My bad, Enos. Ezekiel 21 and 31. Thou shalt be fuel to the fire. Thy blood should be in the midst of the land. Thou shalt be no more remembered.
Thou shalt be no more remembered, for the Lord has spoken. Of our people, you know, what was that? 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians 11 and 22.
2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. So that's the point. Israelites, that's not a group. That's not a religion. You know, it's not a gang, it's a bloodline of people. So whether you claim you an Israelite or not, your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you an Israelite. Because it's a bloodline based on the lineage of your fathers.
Not about what you think you are or what you want to be.
Yep. And Paul wasn't around for Cornelius. Really everybody that got a book in the Bible.
Yep.
Anybody that was any importance, they was all Israelites. You know, that's our heritage.
And that's what the book is for, the Israelites.
Yeah, for Israelites, by Israelites. Kind of like that FUBU.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, the water for everybody that tuned in. Lord willing, we'll be out next weekend. All right, Shalom.